Hi, we just got the parts in today from Oley, so we'll go over some of them. This is the majority of the pile. I got a set of spotlights from my buddy Anthony Rutledge with green lenses. You just never see green lenses. So I got them for the lenses. I've got spotlights, but these are green lens. I've got green bikes. So I'm not sure what I'm going to use them on yet, but I got them. Got a new old stock 30-37 for breakdown. Big twin. It's brand new. Got another new old stock rear stand. The same guy I got the other one from, he said this is his last one. This is a Springer front brake drum. So it's a -36 number, but there's an early one and a late one. This is the late drum, same number. Probably did that many times, just kept the number and just changed the product. This is the cast drum, brand new in the wrapper, not the stamp drum for the Springer. Now you might remember in Florida we got the -42 Springer, so this is the front brake drum for that Springer.
Is this the number? Is this the right number?
Yeah, that's the right number right there. Got these here. These are the -49 lights that everybody likes, but these are new old stock. They're usually chipped on these glass. These are brand new. I've never had another set of new ones. Now, a buddy of mine restores these. Well, I got a pile of literature from recently. He says, "Oh, let me see those." He's like, "Wow, those are new." I said, "Yep, they're old stock." Well, he was impressed, and he restores these things, so he's had more of them than anybody. They're of them in old stock. Now these here are made by Carl Olson. I grabbed a couple. I got some early and some late. And what Carl has done is he's taken that what do you call it, peaking seal or whatever, special rubber tip with the stainless head, and these don't leak. Now, I've got a couple of gas leakers, and I don't have the time and tooling yet to reseat the original ones, but this is a quick fix. And it comes with a nice little rubber top, which are always messed up. So I can use the rod, maybe this here. I probably re-patina. There's a difference between old CAD and new CAD. Old CAD is a yellowish, this is a silverish color. So I'll try and re-patina this, but anyhow, at least I can have a seating bedcock until I can get the right tooling. And these are some NOS nuts and bolts I picked up. These are -35, I think. The -35s CPs are earlier than the -38s. And Harley Davidson nuts and bolts are actually flat. They don't have a number. And in this box is a whole pile of NOS nuts and bolts and screws and little odds and ends. My buddy Easy Russ always has a pile, so I looked at his stuff. Picked out a pile. Now this is a very unique piece here. This is a cycle rate lens, but this is number 1. So this is the first mold, the first mold of the mold, number 1. So if you watch the cycle rate video we did, in my opinion, being familiar with manufacturing processes, they made a series of molds. We don't know whether they made 1 through 4 or 1 through 7 or 1 through 10 or 1 through 12. And they made them, and they just, here's your light, here's your lens, and they didn't really care which is what. And when the mold broke, became too worn out, or they couldn't get enough of them in the mold, then they tossed it and put a new mold together. So we don't know exactly how many they made per mold. But this is number 1. Inconsequential in a way, but stupid ass hard to find. These are primary screws, original screws.
Bear,
And they're
come here.
kind of hard to find anymore. They're early ones. The later ones were a Phillips head. Now this is a new old stock rocker clutch. And we weren't certain at the time, and of course I get stupid ass brain dead of these things, and I can't think straight. I couldn't remember what year this or that or whatever, so of course I came back and created it on the bike. So this would be correct for a mid to late knucklehead or early panhead. The later ones actually had a grease fitting here. And I don't know when they started that. I really don't. I'd have to do a little research to find out. They didn't get with the spring. Luckily, I have some NOS springs. So, fell off or somebody used it or whatever, but it's an old stock. And they had some reproductions there. And they, from this far away, I mean, they look the same. They're like, wow. She's dropping stuff. Anyhow. You can physically feel the difference between an original and a reproduction. They're a totally different weight. So this is a new old stock kickstand, complete. Bolts, everything, spring, complete. Brand new old stock. That would be knucklehead or early pan head. These are Chicago Motorcycle Supply. They're an old stock. It's missing a screw and a bulb here. But these are just an accessory item for your passenger peg, and it will light up. So, it was the last pair my buddies US had, so I grabbed them in case I ever want to stick them on something. And this little piece here, they made 3 different types. As you can see here, is what's left of the wrapper. It just goes on the end of your exhaust pipe as a little tip. So everybody's got fishtails, so you don't see these too often. And you don't see them new in the box, so my buddy Dave Wasserman did that for me. These are rear brake springs, new old stock. Again, if you watch the rear brake stuff we did, it takes 1 per brake. And this is just a used oil line. Guy I know got a bunch of them from the guy who got the line from, but he had 1 left that was any good, so I got that. Now these here came from Easy Rust. These are new old stock corks. And the corks, as you saw me struggling with the gas caps, it's no good anymore. It goes inside this little nut here, and they're not just supposed to pop in and out like that. So the cork is no good. I'm going to use them as a hopefully a sample to try and figure out how to seal this. Now what this nut does is, as you saw me messing around with the 38 knucklehead over there, the 38 knucklehead, we were messing around with the clutch. So my buddy Mike Terry had this tool sitting around because he no longer has an early bike. And I said, well, bring the tool, we'll work it out. So here's the tool that I was missing. Here's 1 nut, and here's the other nut here. And buddy of mine, Dave Couchin, says Palmer's book does the best explanation. Read their stuff, which I haven't done yet. So I'm going to read what Palmer has to say about doing the clutch, because again, I've never been inside one of these early clutches. But this is the special lock washer here that locks the nut down. I got a few of those. These seals here, these are gas line seals for like the mid-year pan rigids and late pan heads, and these are your oil line seals. And I'm working on the 56, as you know, which takes these type of seals. So I got some while I was there with old dude. And of course I forgot gas cap washers from him. But anyhow, so this little pile here is all from old dude. You can look him up at olddude.com. He's got massive amounts of stuff. Give him the part number, he probably has it. So when you're at a loss from anywhere else, go to old dude. So these here are NOS. As you saw when we took the kickstand apart on the 38, it was cracked right here. So I got 4 of them NOS. And I got another one NOS with the bolts here and another spring. And these here are all NOS. This is your top rubber for your battery cover. And I got a few of these. They're old corks, but these are new old stock corks. Now, I got what he had. The reproductions are horrible. So hopefully I can make these original ones work. They've got some kind of grease or something on them. I've made plenty of them work when they're already in a hub, but I've never had new old stock out of a hub, so I don't know if they're going to actually work or not. That just broke and just coming back. I had them wrapped really carefully, but here's another one that broke. So they're really fragile.
They're very fragile.
So I don't know if I even get any of them to work. I don't know, but we'll try. Now these here are no old stock. They're a military, but they'll work. And what they are from your positive to your terminal on your frame. But you can also use them, like people do, and I have plenty of times, as a negative. So again, this is from Easy Russ, and he said he was about out, so I grabbed all the ones he had left. So I've seen a lot of stuff over the years that you thought the supply was just never ending. We'd never run out of it, and it's just not around anymore. So, this is a real unique item here. It's a Dash 36. Now in 36 they made 2 air horns. They made a round one with screws. Early 36 they did not have a Harley Davidson on it. Later, somewhere between late 36 and 37, started seeing Harley Davidson on it. By mid 37 they actually came out with a twisty one. And that's what it seems to be from all the rumors I've heard, because I obviously was not there. So that's a rumor. But this is a real piece. It's in the wrapper. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the backing plate, which it may or may not have come with. I didn't look up the actual part number. Come on, out. But this air horn here, if you look on the order forms I posted, was standard. This is why these are around. There we go. This was standard. If you wanted your air filter, you had to pay another $3. You want to pay it, you got this on your knuckleheads, any pre-war knucklehead. So I've never seen another one dual stock in a wrapper before. I've got a complete one, but a dual stock one in the wrapper, I had to have it. So he got me the cost, but we got it. Now, so another thing I've never personally had before. I'm sure there's guys out there who's got, I've got dozens of them, but I've never personally had a dual stock set of tins for a knucklehead. And they're not quite complete. I'm missing the 4 striper here and another 3 striper here. See these holes? But we've got a couple of them.
Oh, I see, yeah.
So, and we've got the other lower pieces here. So we're just missing 2 pieces from complete. And this is real interesting here, and you guys want to learn about knuckleheads. These 2 are the same except for the line. You see where the line looks different, that's the wrap around the head. Whether or not they're the same, and you've got your other side here, like so. Now, we're getting to the best part. Now, we've got the 57 FLH for sidecar way in the corner, and the man I got it from kept the original bags. And unfortunately, it was brand new when I saw it 20 years ago. Like these bags, like brand new. And the collections it was in were extensive, and nobody really took care of it, and it's downgraded. It's still very nice, but it's not brand new condition anymore. But it has a set of King Bertha rear bars on it for Harley Davidson King Bertha bags. These are Buco King Bertha bags. I've never personally seen another set of these. These are new old stock. They've been mounted, but they've never been run. And so in other words, they were mounted onto something or on a bike or on a display or what have you. The fringes were closed, but they've never actually been run. So it's about as new old stock as you're going to get without finding them in the box. Still says Buco right here, still has a part number inside. The smell of these things, if you could only smell through the video, it's just incredible. It's like a new old leather at the same time. They're brand new. The fringes aren't even stiff. I've never seen fringy bags without the fringes stiff. They're still juicy. They're just incredible. So, Buco, as opposed to Harley, has these little clips with a screw with a little washer here. You can lock it in. Our black 47, Mr. Bill over there, took the smaller Buco bags of some type. All Bucos tied on the same way, and it has the Buco strip here, which is a 4-hole strip. So I haven't got to the point of figuring out whether these bags will go on this bike or they'll go on the 57 or what have you. to put them on this bike, I've got to put on a King Bertha rear bar. And this is a black bar, and the one on the 57 obviously is a chrome bar. So which is what is where, I don't know, but the bags are in front of me, so I got them while I could. And I think the man gave me a very fair price on them. I've never seen another set. He got it in '98 at Wasion, said he'd never seen another set. I believe him. So, there we have it. That's the pile. Very happy with the few finds we got. This was Oley. We didn't get any bikes, unfortunately, but we did get to see some original paint knuckleheads that are friends, who I mentioned when I was talking about the Cycle Raid video. And he wants to be remain nameless, but they're very nice bikes that he has. And he was nice enough to let me come and see them and spend the night and all that. So a couple other little stupid things we got. This is one grip. It's an original grip and piece. This would be like your Harley Davidson Flanders style bars. So this is a grip. Maybe another grip will come my way one day. And then we've got a single grip. This is the white grip, but it's an original Harley grip. And it's supposed to a reproduction from 25 bucks. I grabbed it. Now this here is, I didn't have room for the wrapper because it ended up going in my luggage. It came out of the Harley Davidson wrapper. This is the -76 number, so it takes the Torrington bearings. This is the same ratio. This is your counter shaft, so you can put your Torrington bearings in here and change your shaft, which conveniently has a seal. It's inside your transmission. This is Harley Davidson. It's not reproduction. This is a Harley Davidson part made with Harley Davidson quality. And guess what? It'll go right in any one of these early bikes with the right shaft, and boom, and it'll seal right up, and bam, and you'll never see it, and you never know it, except it won't break. Our broken Andrews gears snapped a case. I'd rather put in a real late Harley gear, not snap a case, than an Andrews gear any day. So I grabbed one. My buddy says he's got more. Maybe I'll be able to get some more of them from one day. But anyhow, so that's what we got. I'm real happy with our little finds.
Face this way.
I haven't decided what I'm going to do with any of it, but this sort of stuff, you've got to buy it when you see it right there, because you can't go back. I've made that mistake, and you never see it again. So if any of you guys are at a swap meet and you got your last 20 bucks on you, and you see the part that you might be able to use, you better buy it, because somebody's going to come over right along behind you and snap it up. You know it's going to be another 20 bucks. See you guys in the next video.